if I told you I could get you $50,000 with absolutely no work? All you have to do is commit an incredibly obvious, totally illegal, and exceptionally stupid crime that will likely have you facing felony charges in 7 to 10 business days. Okay. Maybe I have to work on my sales pitch a little bit. I do have some unfortunate news for you though. We as a society, we may be completely cooked. Because over Labor Day weekend, a so-called Chase Bank glitch went viral all over TikTok and Twitter, talking about how you supposedly could make tens of thousands of dollars by taking advantage of a glitch in the system. Because yes, in the 21st century, where global financial institutions and banks have unprecedented amounts of power, they can be outwitted by a bunch of morons on TikTok trying to get a bag. You may laugh at these people, but they breathe the same oxygen as the rest of us, and they are legitimately stupid enough to believe that they can scam a bank. The only things that have ever beaten banks in history have been bank robbers, so they invented the security camera. And then also the 2008 financial crash, so they invented desperately begging the government to get more money so they can be bailed out. And in both cases, they seem to have worked. Today I want to talk about the Chase Bank glitch, what it is, what people are doing, and what it means and the ramifications it has for internet culture as a whole. You heard me right. This is one of those highbrow video essays, you see. I might even start quoting philosophy to you. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But I doubt Socrates would have had a high opinion of these people trying to scam Chase Bank. Socrates? Socrates. My name is Patrick, but my friends call me Pat, and if you enjoy this video and you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It's free, and it's an easy way to help grow the channel and help me focus more time on it, get more videos out for you guys. I've had an incredible couple of months here. It's been so amazing. I literally couldn't do it without any of you. All the positive comments have really been so awesome to read, and all the comments calling me anti-gay slurs have been funny in a different way. But yeah, if you're enjoying this video and enjoying my channel, please like and comment. Gets this video out to more people, and only 12% of you are subscribed, so consider subscribing. Thank you all so much. So for those of you who clicked on this video for some reason in a pathetic attempt to try this scam yourself, even though I've called you a moron like 3 times already, I am going to give an overview as to what this scam actually is. Do not do this. It is very illegal. I am only describing it so everyone can know what is going on, and then we can go to the part of the video where we point and laugh at the people stupid enough to try it. What people have done is they have written checks to themselves and then deposited them with the Chase Bank mobile app. Normally, banks are pretty cautious when you deposit checks for tens of thousands of dollars, and they won't make it so that you can immediately withdraw the money from your account. You can't access the money right away. It's usually anywhere from 3 to 10 business days, but for some reason, ATMs don't have that restriction. So what people would do, they would write a big check that they didn't have the money for, a bad check, and then they would immediately take money away from an ATM. This is check fraud. And it's very, very, very illegal, and apparently some people actually did try to do this. And it really worked out for some people. Take a look at this video of people celebrating with their checks and their Chase cards. Now, even though this video is almost certainly one of the many fake videos floating out around there, I personally choose to believe that it's real and that this kind young woman got paid out handsomely. She looks like a kind person, and frankly, somebody who deserves a several $1,000 windfall from a kind-hearted man named Chase. And it is rather unfortunate that the bank where this is all going down happens to have a name that is also a verb, leading to a variety of creative graffiti seen here. And you have to hand it to the people making this graffiti. At least they're demonstrating a modicum of creativity for a scam that is completely brain dead. But for as many fake videos as there are circulating around on the internet, there's some pretty compelling evidence that this is being done at least by a few people, by a non-zero amount of people. Take this video of someone filming a giant line outside of a Chase ATM.
Nah, I said it's heavy. It's lined up. Nah, this is elephant. No.
And this is a sign that we're going backwards as a society, I fear, because we used to only line up to camp outside the Apple store for the new iPhone because we heard there was a funky new chick named Siri who we all wanted to get to know better. Now we're just lining up to commit federal check fraud. And then there's this video about someone complaining about a 7-day hold, a freeze on their account, which if you're trying to commit federal check fraud, that hold is not very good because that hold means that somebody is looking at your account and it's going to find out what you're doing.
I knew it. I told you. Bro, I knew it. It's him, bro. Fuck Chase. I knew that with Chase. Chase!
And maybe this was just a joke for his friends, but this is coming from an, at least now, private Instagram account belonging to that guy who is presumably a very dissatisfied Chase customer. There are also a lot of people in the comments of social media with various degrees of credibility claiming that they have done the glitch, or the scam. Honestly, I'm going to use the words interchangeably. They mean the same thing in this context. One of these comments doesn't seem to know what a 7-day hold is, prompting the creator of the TikTok to reply, "You're cooked." If you're going to commit financial crimes, it's a good idea to know what you're doing. And if you don't, at least know how to use a search engine and Google some very basic questions. And this question is so simple, you could probably even ask ChatGPT to give you an answer, and it would give you something that's not completely wrong if your critical thinking skills have already been fried by AI. And somebody commented that they want to try the scam, but they don't want to go to jail, which is a very rational response in the midst of all the stupidity we're dealing with today. And the creator replied, "Go and take that risk," with 3 crying laughing emojis. Crying laughing emoji, crying laughing emoji, crying laughing emoji. And here's a free life lesson. It's generally not a good idea to take financial advice that includes emojis. If I say you should put some money in your 401k, that's just sound practical financial advice. But if I say you should put some money in your 401k, splash emoji, eggplant emoji, peach emoji, then all of a sudden I come off as a lot less credible and a lot more horny. There's also this guy who claims to have access to $80,000, and he posted it all on Twitter with a caption of "This run been personal," which I have to give him credit is a really freaking hard thing to post on social media while potentially admitting to felony level crimes. If you're going to do crime, you should at least try to be cool. These are the lessons that have been taught to us by The Wire and The Sopranos, and in real life, by Great Depression zaddy Al Capone. I wrote that in the script, and I can't believe I read it. And just like Al Capone, if this tweet is actually real, he is soon going to be in federal prison, serving time for financial crimes.
And the new law said that 17-year-olds could do federal time.
So the question you may be asking is any of this actually real? Well, it's real enough. Chase Bank felt compelled enough to make a statement about how any glitch in their system has been addressed and to not try anything that you've seen on social media. And I've already kind of addressed it, but their reason should be fairly obvious because what they're talking about is not a fun internet trend, it is literally federal check fraud. And let's be honest, cashing bad checks I feel is kind of like a retro crime. Like, it's kind of weird that it's making a comeback. Like, does anyone under the age of 45 actually even regularly use checks? Like, I feel like it's something I would see in an episode of Mad Men when Don Draper's walking out with his kids and be like, "See that, Sally? That man's trying to cash a bad check. You can't end up like him." That's like the worst impression of Don Draper that's ever been done. I'm so sorry. I'm apologizing to you, the viewer, Mad Men the TV show, and to very talented actor, very attractive man, John Hamm. Anyways, this Chase Bank thing isn't even really new. Last year, there were actual glitches on Cash App to make users believe that they had more money in their accounts than they actually had in reality. And as is human nature, a lot of people spent this extra money almost immediately. It's like, for me, I can relate because when the COVID payments first came out, I immediately spent the money on more vintage presidential bumper stickers. Notice, I did use the word more. But here's a tongue twister for you. In the midst of the Cash App glitch, most people just spent their money on more normal things, like delivery food, which, you know, is a more standard thing to purchase, albeit just as wasteful as what I bought. Arguably, it's even more wasteful than what I bought, because while you'll shit out that DoorDash in 2 days, my Al Gore bumper sticker will be with me forever. But here's the reality. There's no such thing as free money, unless you want to dive into a fountain and steal all the coins, and therefore steal all the wishes from the dreamers in our society. And I'm going to blame Monopoly for a lot of this, because we were raised as kids to actually believe that a bank error in your favor, collect $200, was a real thing that could really happen to us. That was like one of the best cards in the game. We were also raised to think that owning not just one, not just two, not just three, but 4 houses and a hotel was actually a realistic goal we could all set out to achieve. But in real life, the card would go something like this. Bank error in your favor, collect $200, spend $150 on a lukewarm burger and fries from Wendy's, and then lose $200 when the bank takes its money back. Banks are like couples who insist that they go back and forth and Venmo each other for every single little small thing. I'm just sitting here going through the Venmo feed like, seriously? You guys are Venmoing each other for McDonald's? I'm pretty sure you live together, but you're still insisting that she Venmos you $7 for a Big Mac meal? Then I wonder why I'm still Venmo friends with this person I met at a Model UN conference, and then I wonder, why is Venmo even a social media page at all? There's nothing particularly interesting about seeing everybody pay each other for rent and utilities. But the banks? If you spent money that wasn't yours, even on a Big Mac, they won't just be Venmo requesting you. They're going to be Venmo taking back all that money that you thought you had. But here's the reality of the situation. There never was a glitch. That's kind of just how ATMs and depositing checks work. It just suddenly became viral for a bunch of people to advise others to commit federal check fraud. And frankly, some of the most moronic federal check fraud you could possibly even do, because anyone who actually tried this is going to get caught, and they're probably going to get caught almost immediately. Maybe the prosecutors will have some leniency given that a lot of the people who tried this legitimately didn't know any better, but I don't think going into court and saying, "Your Honor, it wasn't my fault, I saw it on TikTok," is a particularly strong legal defense. There are other financial crimes that will at least make the IRS agent have to do a little bit more work, as opposed to just being able to casually scroll through your TikTok page. And here's the other, perhaps even more depressing reality. A lot of people are just pretending to have done this scam. Take Kid Steez, a TikTok user who wanted to flex his supposedly newfound wealth by going to Benihana.
Chase is hitting so good today. It's my first time going to Benihana. I never would have thought my bro would ever be here.
Why the mediocre chain restaurant that is the favorite of suburban all-white prom groups all across the country represents massive wealth and flexing is anyone's guess. Looking further at his page, it's clear that he wants to cash in on the additional fame brought on by this trend and pretending to lie about having committed financial fraud. And some of the engagement is being driven by hostile commenters who are saying that he's an idiot or that the FBI is quickly coming for him. But it's pretty easy to wave a shiny looking watch around and claim that you got it by doing a really cool crime. Like for instance, this sick ass jacket, I got it because I was bribed to make unequal state legislative districts. Oh, why are you booing me? Is gerrymandering not a cool crime? Come on. Gerrymandering's really cool. And this TikTok, which probably is among the most viral in this entire episode, claimed to have a man crying over the fact that he lost $40,000.
Man, they really told me to tap in. Next day I was supposed to clear and look at my account, yo.
This was taken by many users of social media and mainstream media outlets as something that really happened, but the image that he is reacting to is over 2 years old and completely unrelated to any of this. This TikTok probably took like 3 minutes to make, if that, and he convinced millions of people that he had lost thousands of dollars while crying, but while also not really showing his face to the camera that much. It becomes a lot easier to act and convince people of stuff when you don't even have to show your face to the camera. Take Darth Vader. He could have been quietly weeping beneath that mask, and we'd really have no way of knowing. But there actually was a real person underneath that suit saying the actual lines. They were cut from the movie, but they're very funny. So here's David Prowse as the original Darth Vader.
Member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
No offense to David, but I can see why they replaced him with James Earl Jones. In the midst of all this lying, let's take it back to an all-time classic, Arthur.
What? You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Yes, Buster, I do think so. Because it's actually incredibly easy to go on the internet and tell lies, and people will be incentivized to do so if they feel like they can get some sort of clout by lying. Clout chasing in and of itself is already a form of lying. If you rent a Lamborghini to make a bunch of stupid posts for social media, how is that in any way honest? You're pretending to own something that you rent. I don't pretend to own this horrible cockroach-infested apartment that I live in. I rent it, and you don't own a Lamborghini either. You're no Ty Lopez. But it's so common to go into credit card debt to buy stuff you can't afford, to go on social media and pretend to be someone that you're not. Or you can do something that's even more pathetic, which is pose in front of a Chase bank with a bunch of fake money. I came across dozens of smaller TikTok accounts that were trying to get any scraps of attention by claiming to have participated in this viral trend. In this case, obviously the viral trend being a federal crime. I know I said at the beginning of the video I'd be able to parse meaning from this, but I don't really know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. A lot of people just enjoy lying, and the internet and social media create an environment where not only is lying easy, but lying is actually encouraged, and you get rewards for lying. A lot of these videos get hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of likes, and also a lot of comments. But I guess here's the takeaway. Most of these comments are mocking them for a wide variety of reasons. And if you tried to defraud a multinational bank out of thousands of dollars because of a TikTok trend, or you're merely pretending that you did, either way, you look like a complete moron. And both the comments and myself are going to make fun of you. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, please comment. Helps get this video out to more people, and I super appreciate it. But what do you think? Do you think this trend, had some validity? Can't say that with a straight face. Do you think the people trying it are complete morons? Why do you think something like this even caught on in the first place? And if you liked the video, please subscribe. 1 to 2 new videos every single week. But as always, my name is Patrick, but my friends call me Pat, and I will see you for the next one.